Hi everyone. This week has been pretty nuts. Um so I don't know what to call what's his face that's getting ready to die soon. It sounds rude saying it just like that, but I guess we'll call him Bob. So Bob was given like a week to live, and this is a follow-up to the last episode I did. So if this is your first one, this is not going to make any sense to you. Sorry. Um so Bob was given a week to live. There's no name for what is happening to him other than like his liver is shutting down, and I guess it's weird to me that there's no name. Like, is this heart failure? Like, what is this? Liver failure? Like, is there a term to describe what is happening? Like, it's just weird to say that somebody's dying. Like, what is the cause? What, I don't know. So like I'm having a hard time like wanting to put that into like a label box or something in my brain. Also, it's weird because like nobody likes this dude. Nobody likes Bob, um, which is not his real name. Um, Not that that matters, maybe, I don't know, but nobody really likes this person. And so that's weird. And basically like I've talked over the years about the dysfunction that I grew up in, and how I went no contact with my entire family a decade ago, and that's that. And then I've talked about like the dysfunction that like my wife comes from, and we live over an hour away from them, which is good in my opinion. But it's a fascinating and odd experience to witness like dysfunctional people who are just dysfunctional. Like everybody's in their own shit, everybody's distant, nobody tells each other everything that's going on. There's a lot of animosity, there's lots of secrets. It's dysfunction. Um and it's been like that for her entire life. And then you have a crisis in the family. Everybody comes together and they function like a well oiled unit as if they have always been that way. Um, and I think like Alicia, like there's some sense of pride in that. Like, well, like when things happen, we all get together and things get done and we're there for each other. And I'm like, that's all well and good. And I understand why that's needed and valued, but like that can't be all that there is. Like it's not normal to me to just everybody only comes together in a crisis and then the crisis gets dealt with and everybody goes their separate ways. That's not normal to me. That shouldn't be the norm. Like why can't that be the goal to like work toward becoming this way on a regular basis? Like shit, it's just fucking weird. Because all of a sudden all the siblings are like on the same page with most things. Like talk about dysfunction. Bob and Alicia's mom are married and they have a farm together, and only Bob knows what's really going on with the farm and the numbers and like what just the ins and the outs, and like Alicia's mom does it, and I'm like, how the fuck do you have a farm and like both of you aren't on the same page? Like that's weird to me, because it's like now this is happening and this dude is getting ready to die and everybody is like, what do we do? Like what's the state of things? Bringing in like the lawyer to like take a look at the, it's just weird, and that part of it is very chaotic and disorganized, and I don't get it. Like all of that is unnecessary and can be avoided, because I don't know, but I guess that's the difference between dysfunction and not. I don't know. Like I could never imagine just me and my wife having a business and only one of us knows the majority of what's going on with the business. And so, like, if something happens to that person, the other one's like left in the dark and scrambling, and we wouldn't want that for each other. So, I mean, just so that's a weird thing to have a front seat to. Um, so Alicia's been down there a couple of times this week to help out and do errands and stuff like that. Uh, we were supposed to get Bella this weekend. I was supposed to go down there and pick her up, and it was like this whole thing I talked about, like how I was working, like I worked through a lot of my anxiety, like am I going to be able to drive down there on my own, because if you've listened to me, you know that that's a really hard thing for me to have to do, and I was ready to do it. Well, guess what, guys? We're getting both of the girls this weekend for the first time. And so, like I hear that, right? Alicia's telling me this, and it like completely leaves my mind. And I'm sorry if this sounds rude or whatever. It's just this is how my brain works. Um, when she told me that we're probably gonna get Madeline too, because it just makes sense. I get it. It's crazy down there. Like we don't want to leave Madeline on her own. But I froze and I completely forgot about the fact that old Bob was dying, and that whole situation left my mind completely, and I was only focused on my inconvenienced oops, let me turn my phone down in case you heard dings. um I was just focused on my sense of being inconvenienced by having two teenagers in this house. And I went through my normal spiral of, oh my God, no, I'm not prepared for this. Da 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 da. Like, I hope I'm not the only one that knows what this spiral is, right? Um, so I went through that. And then I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to drive with two of them in the car? I haven't even had the car talk with Bella, which it's not like that sounds weird. It's just basically like, don't talk to me. Like, I can't have conversations um because like I can only do like two things, which is listen to music and focus on where I'm going. If I add that third component, which is the conversation, I'm just going to get lost. And before I know it, we might not be in New York. I won't know where we are on the road. Like I can drive. I just don't know where we are because I'm in a conversation now. It's just the weirdest thing. I don't like that. So I just can't have chats unless I'm in the passenger seat. That's easy, obviously, but not when I'm driving. So thank goodness my wife came to the rescue and she said, I will take care of that. Don't worry about it. Thank goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. Because like I can't just go from no kid. I can't just go from one to two. All of a sudden, I have to drive one kid first. You guys know I already had this going a certain way in my brain, and it short circuited when so there's two teenagers that are going to be in this fucking house that's only like 1,000 square feet. It's not a huge house. Let's just say that like if I recorded this episode like 3, 4 days ago when I found out that two of them are coming, I would have sounded more unhinged than I usually do. I've worked through quite a bit of the anxiety now. I'm doing much better. Yesterday, the dumpster came. I talked about that last time. So I had fun like throwing shit in there. I spent the whole day up until midnight last night reconfiguring the entire first floor of this house to accommodate two teenagers. So, and it actually feels bigger than it did before because we got rid of some furniture that just the cats use more than we do. So we don't need it. And that opened up space for like other things. So each of the girls have their own bed, their own area. Um, we got like a tent thing to put over the bed. The other one is gonna have like it's like a fort style because they like to have their little cubby holes and forts and stuff like that still. So uh and they're gonna be here at least for 4 days through Tuesday and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty. I'm really nervous, but not as nervous as I was before. Because, like, two kids, it's double everything, double the bathroom time, double the food that they eat, the things that they drink. It's just, it's a lot. How do parents do it? I don't know. Um, and for anybody who, in case this sounds weird, that I'm over here, like, so nervous that there's two teenagers, like, coming to stay with us for a few days, it's a lot. It's been a lot to share my space with them, and it's much better now, and I'm not looking forward to having them here, but it's just one of those things where it's just a new experience. I don't know how it's going to go, but it's probably going to be fine, and I'm just overthinking it. And I feel like this is just part of the preparation process is to have this little spiral, you know? Um but anyways, so yeah, ah, so they're both gonna help out, I guess, with throwing shit into the dumpsters. So we'll both pay, they'll both get paid a little bit of money so they can go buy some things or whatever. Because, like, ugh, I really got to get that basement cleaned out. And Alicia assured me that I will be able to like do things like this with them here. Because I guess like in my mind, um, I don't know how to exist around kids yet and do other things while they're present. This is so embarrassing to say out loud, but it's really how I feel. Like I um I feel like I have to be around them so they don't feel like ignored or anything like that. But I'm not up their butt and weird like that. Don't think that. I just don't know how to exist around fucking children. Like I'm still getting used to one at a time. And now to have two, like, are they gonna like what like I don't know. I don't know. Like how present do I need to be, like physically? I don't know. This is definitely like I'm gonna stop talking about this because it's leading nowhere. You guys don't want to hear this, right? Um, yeah, it'll be fine. But anyways, what else is going on? Not much because this is all that's been occupying my brain. Um, well, no, that's not true. Uh, because we have an evil dictator that's, fucking things up still. So, no, I'm not going to talk about that right now because that's not where my brain wants to go. Um, life feels hard. But I'm almost unmedicated, so that's probably why. And I was telling Alicia this yesterday, like, damn man, like meds really do like take the edge off because I felt like I could do all kinds of things while I was like fully medicated. And now I'm just like having to recalibrate every like couple of days, it feels like. I don't feel like I have like all of the fog anymore. That's been lifted the last several days. I just don't have this fog plaguing my mind. I mean, I still get a foggy brain, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the blanket is being lifted, if that makes any sense. Um, some things are getting easier for me now without like having like the full medication. And I kind of like how this feels because I don't know. Um, Nah, I can't. I don't have the words to explain this. And this is just getting tangential. I think I should just end this episode because I at this point I'm questioning what's in it for you. What did you get from this episode this far in? Anything relatable? I hope so, because I don't want to waste your time. Please wish me luck with two teenagers, and let's all hope that I don't embarrass myself too much because I don't want to be that crazy aunt. I'm trying to stick with the label of fun. I'm the fun aunt. So I want to stay in that lane and not veer off toward, oh no, we got this one aunt and she's so fucking weird. Well, I think I would like that label. I don't mind the weird label. I'm just going to go ahead and end this episode and say thank you for listening and wish me luck. Okay, goodbye.